What's the best decision I've ever made? And how has it helped me?
Are you talking about quit paying attention to external influences?
Yes.
What led you to start looking internally instead of externally? So I have a subscription account on Patreon. They have been here since the beginning. They're top supporters. And so I give them an opportunity to ask every guest possible a question.
Mm-hmm.
And so here is a question from Stephen Casey. What is the best decision that you've ever made, and how has that helped you?
That's the first question.
Yeah, that's a
a deep one. Wow. What's the best decision I've ever made? And how has it helped me? Stop caring so much. That's probably been the best decision. Stop caring so much about the outside and care more so about what's on the inside. Meaning, what's going on in my life, observing that, how I'm feeling emotionally, the issues that I've had, acknowledging that, taking care of that. Even if I wasn't taking care of it, when I first started to acknowledge it. It was
Are you talking about quit paying attention to external influences?
Yes.
Man, that's crazy. I was just on a podcast yesterday, and I said the exact same thing.
Really?
That's crazy.
Hey, man. I was remote viewing, and I heard you say that. That's what happened. But that's like the best thing or best advice that I've taken from myself was, stop caring so much about the external forces and things that are out of my control. I can't control what other people think, what they believe, what they, want to believe about me or anything. I can't control that. Only thing I can control is myself. So not worrying so much about the outside, just more so about taking care of me. Like when we die, we're all going to go in that casket by ourselves, And I think that is my biggest takeaway, knowing that at the end of the day, it's just going to be me anyways. So I really shouldn't have to care about the outside forces and other things that I can't control, I have to stand before the judge by myself at the end, so.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you said that. What led you to start looking internally instead of externally?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that, affect your daily life, maybe your business life,
Mm-hmm.
anything?
I would say the birth of my son. So long story, I've always wanted a family, like a kid. I wanted two originally. I still want two, just the way things are. I don't have control over that. But I knew before I turned 30, I said, before I turn 30, my 30th birthday, I want to have my first child. Fast forward, my 30th birthday, on the date, my son pops out. Being there and witnessing that, seeing that, and the struggle that he had to go through. He was born with like a weird heart condition. This, it's healed up thankfully now. But it was hard to watch and not have to feel so much power of wanting to, dang, I'm gonna already choke up, dude. But yeah, having no control of that circumstance and realizing like, I guess how important life really is, It all came in that moment. And that's when the switch went on of, like nothing really matters. And I wanted to be there for him in the long run. So that's when the switch definitely changed was, I wanted to stick around for him.
How did it affect your life?
Oh man, drastically. I was too caught up in outside circumstances, outside forces that I had no control over. I was too caught up in the outside world. And having that center point, that center focus being my son, and like everything, I guess, went away, if you want to, all the issues that I had, not issues, but my perspective of what was important in life changed. And what was important for me would be able to raise my son and be there for him. So it definitely helped out as far as ignoring what everybody else thought. I wanted my son to think, my dad is the, coolest. I can go to my dad at any time, no matter what. I'm gonna be, I'm always gonna be his dad. I can't always be what some guy on the internet or some family member wants me to be. I can't be that. I can't be all those things at once, but what I can be is better for my son. So yeah.
Man, thanks for sharing that.
I appreciate it.
But before we get in, man, we're already starting to get deep here. But
Right.
but before we get into your life story, and that's what I want to do, we're going to start at childhood, go into your military career, go into your transition, civilian career, businesses that you run, and but before we do that, everybody gets a gift.
What do we got, man?
Everybody gets a gift.
We just talked about this.
That we did.
The gummies, man.
We did. Now those
Dude.
are made in the USA and are legal in all 50 states.
They are legal.
Yeah. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know.
I can make it work, man. I can make it work. Dude, my wife used to send me pounds of these overseas. Pounds. I ate in one sitting a full pound of gummy bears, and by the time it came out, I had one large gummy bear in the toilet.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.